Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Now hope you guys are good. I hope you guys have enjoyed your holiday season. I hope you got time to actually chill and relax, spend some well-deserved time with your families like I did. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of a recap about how my year went and kind of what I'm looking forward to. But before we get into that, I'd like to announce the winner for the last competition as such. And that was for the wireless lav mic for the USB-C on the last video that I posted. And the winner for this is Stanton Gomez. So Stanton, reach out to me via DM. Let me know how I can get your winnings to you. And yeah, congratulations on that. And thanks for everybody who entered the competition. Anyway, there's gonna be more things coming in the future, so stay tuned to the channel. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my 2020 and how it went. Now, obviously, very early in the year, you know, the pandemic kind of struck us and, you know, everything kind of just came to a standstill. Now, the core service of my business is producing video content for brands. And at the time the pandemic hit, we were creating a lot of content that involved people. So these were presenter-led stuff. These were, you know, speaking to the owners, interview style videos for their brand, for their culture, for their brand culture and all that kind of good stuff. And so a lot of that just kind of came to a grinding halt, you know. So at the time, we didn't really know how long it was going to last for. People were thinking, you know, it's going to be a couple months and then we're going to be back out on the road. But that didn't really happen. So I really had to kind of pivot and shift my focus towards more product-centric videos. And even though that was already part of my offering, it was really a small percentage of the work that I did at the time. And here we are many months later where things have still not returned to normal. But yet I've been kept quite busy with a lot of inquiries and a lot of work on the product side of things. Now, during the first part of the lockdown where there wasn't much work going on, there wasn't much, I was still kind of learning. I was just trying to learn new programs, new software. I started dabbling with animation and I did some work on the character animator and After Effects. And a couple of months turned into a few months and, you know, I realized we're not really gonna go back outside anytime soon. And this is when I said, you know, I need to batten down and actually, you know, start making some money again. And it was also around that time that I decided, you know what, I need to pay some attention to my YouTube channel because, you know, it wasn't very structured and I wasn't really posting content on there as regularly as I would or wanted to. And I said, well, I got the time now, let me pay some attention to the channel. Let me try to see if I can move this off and get this going. And so back in June, I decided to make that move and really do the YouTube thing. And, you know, I said by the end of 2020, I'm gonna have 1,000 subscribers. And that for me was a big goal because, I mean, the channel was around for at least 5 years and I was at 400 subscribers, you know? So getting, you know, another 500 within 6 months was a big deal for me. So here we are at the end of 2020 and we're about almost 3,500 subscribers. So, you know, all the hard work that I put into the channel during then is obviously paying off already. So this is just something to say that, look, I essentially started the channel in June because that's how I'm looking at it, because prior to that, it was just, yeah, when I get around to it, I'll post something on there, you know? So if you are thinking about starting a channel, if you started it 6 months ago, maybe you would have been here or more, you know what I mean? You might have been at 10K, who knows, yeah? But yeah, that was the YouTube side of things. And I'm also tell you that as a result of the growth of the channel, then I started getting, you know, a lot more people reaching out via that medium, you know, people who required services for their, you know, product videos and that kind of thing. You know, it started really becoming the main source. You know, so it kind of is working in so many ways for me right now by just making that one big move. So now I also want to tell you about my top 3 purchases that I made this year. 3 investments that I've made this year that really, you know, stood out in my mind. You know, there were a lot of things that I was buying along the way that, you know, I haven't really talked about yet. But these 3 things, and the first one is my EOS R. So I bought the EOS R, Canon EOS R, to replace my 5D Mark III. So my 5D Mark III came from me from back when I did photography, like, you know, full time. And so with that, now that was my B camera. So that was the camera that I was using to do the behind the scenes stuff. Now the issue with that is that it didn't have any autofocus on it, so the quality of the content would obviously suffer because you weren't able to have autofocus. If I'm speaking in the video and I'm not in focus, when I check later, it's either totally unusable or not very good. So I decided to upgrade in that department, because at the end of the day, I'm bringing you this content and I want it to be the best quality as it possibly can. So I made the decision to upgrade that camera to the EOS R, and that has made such a huge improvement on the quality of the videos I'm able to do for my behind the scenes stuff. The second thing is my Laowa probe lens. So that's the probe lens. I'll put a picture up of it there. Now I've been using that pretty much on most shoots, and to be honest with you, what that brings, the perspective that brings, it just adds so much more production value to your video. Just having that different perspective that isn't the norm, like you don't see that every day, and it is quite a refreshing thing. The issue with that lens though, it's a specialty lens. It's not something that you put on your camera every day, so it's not multifunctional as much other lenses are. It's for one specific thing, and it's very light hungry as well. So I only get to use it occasionally, but it is worth its money in gold for any product or any budding product videographer out there. And the third thing that I've invested in this year is education. So I have backed the Kickstarter from Garage Learning, and they're a company that's just going to be releasing an online school or producing online courses that is geared towards visual engineering. And I've signed up and I've backed them for this Kickstarter for an all access course for the next 5 years. That's not going to start until about June 2021. But the Kickstarter was out, and I decided, you know what, I want to get as much out of this as I can and learn more and bring you more, be able to create so much more visually appealing content. And so I've signed up for that course. So that was for me probably the biggest and the best and the most fulfilling. I'll tell you more about that when it actually comes out, but hopefully it's going to be the most fulfilling thing that I've done. So that kind of brings us nicely to the future. Now, by day, I'm an engineer, and obviously my passion is photography/video. And so this new visual engineering thing was not new, but visual engineering is kind of bringing those two disciplines together, or my two passions, or the two things that I love together. So going forward, I'm going to be definitely getting more involved in bringing engineering and the visual aspect together. And over the Christmas period, I have been working on a couple of projects. I've been working on a couple of prototypes that I'm so excited to show you guys. They're not quite ready yet, and obviously if they don't work, forget I even said this, but hopefully they work and I can bring you some videos and show you kind of what I was up to and how they work and what I was doing. But just stay tuned for that one. They're going to be coming out definitely in the first quarter of 2021. And my goal for the year ahead, definitely for this channel, is to keep bringing you more valuable content. And also another goal that I'm setting is that we want to get this channel to 10K by the end of 2021, and I definitely think that we can do it. So if you're not subscribed right now, go hit that subscribe button for me, man. Hit the like button on this one. And you know what, I want to know how your year went. Everybody may not have a positive or a success story for this year, but I really want to know how your year went, kind of how you overcame certain things, and what is your plan for going forward with your creativity for the rest of the year and for 2021, man. So let me know in the comments below, guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.